Hello, everyone. It's the 8th of January, 2026. This is the Kiltz Health live stream with Dr. Nelson. I am your host, Dr. Nelson. Let me go live on Instagram here. And all right, we're we're having Facebook difficulties and X. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Uh, Hello, everyone. Uh, Thank you for being here. I think we have Carnivore Jerry, McDaniel Linda, Coach Angela Mullins, Cheryl, hello, how are you? Bright's Biscuit, Rick, Charger Mopar, Bacon Runner. Anyways, we are going to be talking today about PEMF and PEMA, and Nereida in a second is going to tell us all about it. How are you doing, Nereida?
Doing very well. I'm very excited to be here, and thank you for having me.
All righty. So Nereida is very close to me because I'm coming from Central Florida. She's also in Central Florida. So today is 78 degrees right now. Beautiful Florida winter afternoon, right?
Yes.
So So I have a little story for you. Many of you have heard it before because if you've listened to me enough telling my story, I had a stroke in 2018. So it's been 7 plus a few months, was in September 2018. So my stroke started on the 23rd of September. And for the next few days, it kind of got worse a little bit. And that was a few days before my father's 90th birthday. And he wanted me to cancel, by the way, because I had had a stroke. We didn't cancel. We celebrated his 90th birthday. During that birthday celebration, a friend of mine, a friend of Nereida, was among the invited, by the way. And his name is Sam Johnson, and I forgot to send him the link. Hopefully, he can watch it later. But an interesting thing about Sam that I don't know if you knew, Nereida, because I found out later when I met him. You know, we have met frequently in church functions, and Sam was flown from Cuba to Puerto Rico to play. I think what he was playing was the saxophone at my grandfather's funeral in 1994. And I didn't know about this until a few years ago, but even after the stroke, I didn't know about this story because we met, I think it was in Camp Colacqua, and somehow he remembered that he had gone to Puerto Rico for my father's funeral. So I didn't even know I had met him back then. Anyway, so Sam saw me at the birthday party for my father, and he said, "Listen, I have something that you need to, you see, I gotta show you this because it's gonna help you with the stroke." Okay, so he gave me his card, and I was in the middle of hosting the party, so we went on with the celebration, and then he kept calling me, and Nelson, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. So just to get him off my back, and he's a good friend, so he has access to me, and it was okay, but I wasn't interested. So one day he says, "Listen, I'm gonna bring Nereida with me. She's a nurse." And I said, "Okay, fine. Be at my home tonight." Because it was when I made the decision, it was the same day. I said, "Tonight or tomorrow night, uh, just bring her." And that night, I met you for the first time. That was the first week of October, I believe. And you came to my home with Sam, and we spent a couple of hours actually, ended up spending uh, talking about this technology and the machine that I still have. But what I want to show you is the before and after. And I'm gonna ask for some forgiveness because the after video that I have, it's terrible resolution, but it's the only one I have. And so what I'm gonna show you now is from the end of September, beginning of October 2018, a few days after I had had my stroke. Uh, Let me see. So hopefully you can hear. Okay, so this is me holding the spoon. I mean the fork. I do not have a problem with thinking. This is me lifting the cup. A little bit difficult. I am right-handed. I can do it with my left. Okay, cut. All right. So as you can see, I had some difficulty with speech and difficulty with lifting my right hand. So I actually ate that day with my left hand. So let me stop that and show you the next video, which is this one. That was a restaurant we were at, and this video is outside the restaurant. Okay. So as you can see, a couple of things. I was needing the walker because I was unstable. I didn't want to fall. And this picture here is about a year later. And I had ballooned up to there probably 325 or three. I don't know. When you're this big, you don't like to weigh yourself. So, but I had certainly ballooned up. And after I went into a very low carbohydrate diet and a carnivore diet, I ended up like this uh, on this side. All right. So let's show you what happened when Sam and Nereida came, and I believe it was at like a 16 minutes session for the first time. with a device with PEMF or pulse electromagnetic frequencies. And it is very small. Resolution is bad. I apologize for that. But this was after 60 minutes sitting down. You saw my walking, you saw my hands. And with the first 60 minutes of treatment, I think you can see a significant difference in my walking. By the way, that night was the last time I used the walker. The walker is still in my garage, by the way. So let's see. And I think I I don't know if this is Nereida's arm there or Nereida was there that night. Um, okay. Ooh,
Wow.
no, I'm still a little bit unsteady. I feel it, but am I walking better than this morning?
This is after one treatment with a beamer. Before, he was not able to walk that way. Big difference, right?
Mhm.
Incredible.
All right. So on the video, you can see the walker because even inside the house, sometimes I needed to use it uh, to ambulate correctly. And so, needless to say, I kept that device until my actual new one arrived. That was a sample from the Nereida had uh, a demonstration unit. And I proceeded for the next few years to use it twice a day. Whenever I travel, I would travel with it. Uh, and after a few years, I have to say, probably after 4 or 5 years, I started using it less and less and less. And there was 1 year, probably more than 1 year, I didn't use it uh, until I developed my cancer in the bladder. And I started using it again, together with everything else that I was doing. I am at the still cancer free. Need to follow up shortly with my urologist. All right. So as you can see, there was quite a difference in my walking just with the 16-minute treatment. Uh, so we're going to start with asking you about what is PEMF. And tell you what, first, I want you to introduce yourself and also tell your story because you do have a story relating to this technology. And then tell us what is PEMF and PEMI, sorry, PEMA, and give us some information about it. We'll start there.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you, Dr. Nelson, for having me. My name is Nereida Voorhees. I've been a registered nurse for 38 years. My passion is health and wellness, and I have been able to do more with the PEMF, PEMA devices in the last 10 years than I've been able to do in 38 years of conventional medicine. So the way I found out about it is I broke my back in 2 places, and it was right in the middle of my back, T3 and T5. And they were compression fractures. And you know, us nurses, we are not good patients. And I knew exactly what they were going to do next. And sure enough, they wanted to put me through kyphoplasty surgery and put me on these heavy pain meds. And I was like, I wasn't having it. So I said a prayer. I said, please, God, there has to be something out there naturally that can help me. And I was put in a brace from my neck to my waist and sent home. I went to physical therapy. I only took like Motrin and Toradol to take the edge off, but I had trigeminal nerve damage. I had herniations in my back and my neck. It was tragic. I know that there are many of you out there struggling with back issues and other issues. And I'm here to encourage you that there is a way to recover and get better and live a viable, amazing life. So a friend of mine, the answered prayer came through after I finished the physical therapy. I'm still, my agony is like a +10. And I would get shooting pains. It was not good. So I went on the device, the same device that Dr. Nelson was on, and that is the 1998 version. It was an older version from Dr. Wolf Kafka, and I'll be able to share that with you in a little bit later. But I also had about 16 minutes, and in my first session, my agony went from a +10 to a 5 in my first session. I couldn't drive still, and that very same week, after my second session, the following day, I was able to drive, and my agony went from a +5 to a 1. And from there, as a nurse, I was like, what is this? I was like, this needs to be in every hospital. People need to know about this, right? The opioid epidemic, all of these things, people are suffering, taking these pain medications. And I'm like, what's going on? So what I am thankful that this tragedy, right? Sometimes tragedies come to our lives and they transform our path. And so I started to just share from my home. I couldn't go right back to nursing or anything, right? So I started to share from my home, and people would come from all over. And the things that I saw were life-changing, just transforming. We're talking about saving limbs, saving eyes, saving lives, just through this regenerative, they call it regenerative medicine, right? The PEMF, PMA. So it completely transformed my life, and now I'm able to help transform other people's lives. And so I'm so thankful to be here to share with you today.
Thank you very much. Someone posted that they didn't see the walker video. So let me see if I show it again. I believe this is the one that you said didn't come through.
Dale.
Okay. Sin el andador, without the walker. All right. And this was okay. So all right, I have a very good question. I'm going to leave it for a little bit later because Nereida has a little presentation. So I'm going to bring up the presentation, and please put your questions in the chat, and we'll hopefully be able to address those questions. So
I do want to share while he's bringing that up, as I shared that the older technology brought me to a 1, a little bit less than a 1. And in 2020, Dr. Wolf-Kafka came out with the next technology. And it is a superposition technology, very specialized frequency. So we're going to go into that so that you can know about it. And this is Dr. Wolf-Kafka. He was featured in Top Doctor magazine. He is a world-renowned physicist and scientist over in Europe, and what we call him the father of PEMF and of now PEMA. He's been in the industry working with these frequencies for over 60 years.
All right. So tell me when to change. Okay.
Okay.
And
all right. So I'm going to switch over myself here. All right. So just appreciate this time with you all. We're going to be talking about the cloud. It is a way of biohacking your body and allowing your body to be in a regenerative mode. And I think we all are looking for a way in this day and age to be regenerative and restorative with our health instead of actually going backwards. So we'll go on to the next slide, which is energy is the currency of life.
so I want to also mention that many that are here watching were at Hack Your Health, which is an event we had in Tampa just a couple of months ago. And this technology was one of the many at Hack Your Health being presented. Was not by Nereida, but I already knew about Nereida, so that's why I invited her to come and show us. Okay, so go.
Thank you. So energy is the currency of life, and with this technology, what you're able to do is energize your cells, energize your molecules. So at the molecular level, we know that our body is full of molecules. Everything's made of molecules, right? Trillions and trillions in our cells, trillions and trillions. So we're talking about activating the mitochondria of that cell. So the energy producer and of our cells to allow our body to go into regenerative mode and allow our body to heal itself profoundly. So we can go to the next slide. And this is what it looks like. So we have the cloud, and how it works is you're going to recharge your body 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. And in between, if you're dealing with an issue like I was with my broken back, you're going to use what's called the mini. There's a max and a mini. The max is your full body one, and then you have the mini, which is the smaller one. And I'm going to show you right here. This is the mini. I take it everywhere with me. Again, we're talking about recharging and regeneration. And unfortunately, in this day and age, we have a lot of breakdown, don't we? Not only from our foods, but also breakdown from the environment. And unfortunately, the radiation that comes from the satellites now, our computers, all the smart stuff, we can't get away from it. But we do have a way now to regenerate instead of that breaking down. So again, this is the little one, and I'll show you a little bit more later. And then we've got the max, which is what you see the lady laying on. Again, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. So we have different programs. In the morning, I recommend synchronize or balance. And then we also, for your targeted, I recommend transform, which is the deepest penetration. But we're going to get into that a little bit more. So it's about recharging those cells and those molecules. And the not only the mitochondria, then we have a cascading effect, right, for regeneration. We're talking about blood flow. We're talking about blood flow at the microvasculature level. And when you have correct blood flow and your cells are able to, instead of being sticky and tight, they're able to just let loose and open up. the nutrients that you're putting in, the supplements that you're putting in are actually going in at a deeper level, and your body's able to let loose of those toxins at a deeper level. So that is why it's powerful. And as Dr. Kiltz says, we are lions and Ferraris. So this is going to supercharge us even more in that mode. We can go to the next slide. So we're electric. And there are more than 20,000 peer-reviewed studies worldwide, and you can find many of them in PubMed.gov regarding pulse electromagnetic frequency and these fields. And with this device, again, it's PEMA, pulse electromagnetic activation. And that means it's 50 times more powerful than any other device out there. We are the Bentley, top of the line, if I may, of any line out there. There is nothing that compares, and we do cover every frequency out there. So that's very exciting to know. So it's widely used, decades of studies. Again, it's going to elevate the molecular energy. Now, back in the day, 1950s and 1960s, they used to use PEMF as for bone healing. And as things advance, just like our phones advance yearly, the advances with this takes 21 to 23 years of research. So that's why you had the older version at 1998, and now at 2020 came out the cloud with 50 times more activation as in PEMA. So I just like to do this. I do seminars and all that stuff, and I take out, you guys have probably seen the energy stick. So when you hold it like this, there's no closed circuit, right? But we're electric, so it's kind of a fun thing, right? So we'll have big groups and we'll close the circuit. So this is an example. So I'm closing the circuit and it activates, right? I'm sure you guys have seen this. There's little balls and everything. It's just fun. But we are electric. And so we want to energize our bodies with the right frequencies that allows us to regenerate. Next slide. Okay, and this quote by Dr. Bruce Lipton, he talks about the cells 100 times more responsive to energy than they are to chemistry. But what are some of the things that we do? We try to move the chemistry in, let's say, caffeine or other things that we're taking in to kind of give us more energy and things like that. But really, it responds more to energy. And that's where PEMA comes in, a natural way to enhance everything that this community stands for and believes in, right? Regeneration. All right, we'll go to the next section, and that's activating your molecules like we talked about, your cells, your tissues, your organs, your systems. And the systems, right, cardiovascular, digestive, immunity, thyroid, your nervous system, your muscular system, and your skeletal system. So we want to enhance each and every one of those and get them working at their optimal level. And that is what PEMA allows your body to do. So in New Life Energy, and again, introducing PEMA, pulse electromagnetic activation. 50 times more activation than any other device out there. So it's called the cloud. And you can see, like we were talking about in 1970, there was narrow band frequencies. And you can see the little dots there are talking or are showing it was less activation, right? So, and it was targeted more towards the bone. Here in 1998, which is the device that Dr. Nelson tried, and also I tried in the beginning.
And still have.
And still have.
And still use.
And still uses. So he has that one. And I also have the older one. And I also upgraded to the new one, of course, and what I'm representing. So in 1998, there was a broadband one that Dr. Kafka created, and it was 1,200 amplitudes per second. Now, if you look in 2020, again, 23 years later, imagine the amount of research it takes to be able to target at the molecular level. Each organ system speaks differently. Each system in the body speaks differently. So the science behind it is amazing, and you'll be able to learn more about this on my website. I believe it's written right there. So that would be centropics.us/wellness solutions with an S at the end. And you'll be able to see all of this and go into more of the research there. So 20,000 amplitudes per second, and it is a superposition frequency. So this might help in the description of how profound this is. If you think about 1970s, a narrow band, and we think about music, let's think about a trumpet sound, right? That's one trumpet sound that you're hearing playing music. But if you go to the 1998 broadband signal, maybe you're looking at a quartet, right? And it's beautiful music, the quartet. But when you're looking now into the 2020 superposition, it's an entire orchestra singing to those molecules, to those organ systems, specifically to what it needs, and activating that profound energy to be in a regenerative mode, the body to be in a regenerative mode. So exciting. All right. So we want to be in an upward spiral and maximize how we look, how we feel, how we perform. And that is what this community is all about, right? Again, lions and Ferraris. And so now we do have the unfair advantage, and we can get the word out and tell many people about it. It's 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. You would take the mini for issues, any issue. So think about, your back. You're going to target this on Transform. The more that you fold the device, how do I say, the intensity goes deeper. So all of that is more information, maybe to go on the website and be able to learn more about that site. It's just a short presentation today, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So I would use this on an acute situation, as Dr. Nelson and myself, and many of you might be dealing with, 4 times a day, the little one, right? The big one would be twice a day, and the little one on your targeted issue area 4 times a day. I would spread it out every 4 hours for that until you start getting better. And one of the things that you don't want to do is stop using it. So, because we want to be in prevention mode, we want to be in regeneration. We're always having things come and break us down. So we want to stop the madness and be in regeneration mode. So please, it's a daily thing. You incorporate it into your life. All right. So we have innovative products. They are Nobel Prize inspired, triple patented, award winning. We are FDA Class 1 registered medical devices. It's German engineered and Swiss craftsmanship. So we have the big brother and the little brother, so to speak. So you have the Cloud Set, and that is your big maxi, covers your entire body. And again, the mini that does the targeted treatment. And then you have the bubble, and that's your grounding energy. And that is a wearable. It's beautiful. It's the smallest PEMF device in the world. And you can, so you have got your daily treatment. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wear that bubble all day long. And again, you're in that regenerative and healing mode. All right, we're going to go to the next one. So systemic benefits, that would be the Cloud Max and the Mini. Systemic, energy, endurance, recovery, anti-aging, concentration, focus, weight management, muscle building, stress reduction, and sleep management. Who would like to sleep better? So put in the comments, who would like to sleep better, because this activates all of that within the mitochondria, within the cells, the melatonin, all of that to be able to help us to rest. And we do have a program specifically for that, which is called R, so which is a rest and restoration. So, all right, so we're going to go next to the next one. Again, it's 15 minutes a day. Here's your mini, and that's the targeted benefits. So aches, let's say you guys are out, jogging or playing tennis, and you start getting, something's, going on there, or you've hurt something, or you've tripped over something. You're going to wrap this around that area. So aches, tightness, discomfort, back, neck, shoulder, knees, hips, portable. And there's something I want to kind of mention here because I think it's so important. There's a lot of people out there nowadays, and it's starting in the 30s. We're having issues with erectile dysfunction, right? We're in a community that we can talk about these things. So what can you do? We're talking about blood flow issues and some other issues involved there, but we can target with the mini that area, and it works just as well for men as for women. So no more little blue pill and no more having to take this or that. This takes care of it. As a matter of fact, I have a funny story. I was doing presentation here. People were coming. It was like, I had like 30 people in the home doing a presentation, and there was an elderly couple. They were late 70s, and she was laughing in the background, and I said, hey, would you like to come up, because it was testimonial time? And she came right up, and she said, I just want to let you know, and this is a situation where the husband had a lot of stents and issues, and older, so a lot of things with their heart. And what ended up happening was, she said, everything's working great in the bedroom. And we all just had a fun laugh about it. But this is for real. It's serious. We're talking about blood flow and everything else. So it works. All right, moving on. We have 5 programs and 5 intensities. And this shows how you can use it in an app as well, if you prefer. You do not have to use it in the app, but it does have a little signal here where you can turn on that app. So, the Wi-Fi, so that you can connect to your app on your phone. So we have a program: Relax, Balance, Energize, Synchronize, and Transform. And again, in the morning, I would suggest Synchronize. It's like a Zen or a balance. And in the evening, I would recommend either Synchronize or Relax. Relax gets you into a deep sleep, and you would use that an hour before bed. And then Transform is you out there who are athletes, top athletes from all over the world are using this. You want to transform that body after a workout, energize before a workout. So there's so much that can be done with these. We have the largest PEMF study in history. We'll go to the next one. And it's a Sigmund Freud University out in Europe. And those will be coming out very soon. It is already complete. And yet they haven't, it's not published yet because we're waiting on certain things to come through, but it is complete, and it's amazing. So this gives you some of the results there of what came out of that study. All right, so back to the bubble. Again, it is a wearable. It is pure life energy. It is delivered in style. You get the 1 bubble and then the 3 covers, so you can change it up with your outfits if you like. So it's PEMF on the go, and it's your grounding device. So this bubble also has what's called Relax, Balance, Energize, Synchronize, and Transform, and they work together. So you have your systemic with the big cloud set, and then you have your bubble, which is your everyday wear. And if you look there on Synchronize, you have the 528 hertz. I know a lot of you on this community must have heard of biohacking, and this is one of the best ways to biohack your body is with PEMA. And Synchronize 528 hertz is that love frequency, and it's included in your bubble. And of course, this amazing man, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And we all know who Nikola Tesla is. And we can be very thankful for him for many, many, many innovations. So if anyone is interested in purchasing the Cloud Complete, it's $5,990. And it includes your hard case trolley, a 3-year warranty, and a 30-day guarantee. And when you purchase them together, you have the best value, which is at 10%. And I do have gift cards, and they I have 20 of them, by the way. So if anybody's interested, please let me know. It includes a free bubble. So that gift card, my gift today for you guys who would like to have a set would be a free bubble. So the free grounding, so that's almost $1,000 value there. So it's very exciting.
I posted the website and your email in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So my passion is to help people and transform lives. I want you to hear that from my heart. I've been a registered nurse all these years, and I went into nursing because I wanted to make a difference and change the lives of others. And in my community, it's the same way. So I want you to know this comes from the heart and something that has changed my life, and knowing that it will change yours too, profoundly. So in closing, there are financing available. 22 banks complete that. It's a soft pull, so it doesn't hurt your credit or anything like that. If you'd like to look into that, it's on our website. And for those of you who want to be a part of the mission like me, because I was like, everybody needs to know about this, there is a powerful affiliate marketing and residual income for those who are looking to earn a little bit more, or even want to change a career like I did. And there are, simplifying, referral income type of thing. So that's available as well. I do want to share. So we're going to power up our lives, and I want to share how we help this person power up their life. Let me bring this to where I can see you guys again. One moment. All right. Okay. So if you can see this picture, I wanted to let you know how we help this gentleman. So just like Dr. Nelson, making a difference in people's lives, this particular gentleman has vascular issues. And so the little valves in his legs or veins aren't working properly. So he'll end up losing this limb, right? So something had to be done. And so he was scheduled for surgery. And then on this side here is 1 week after being on the cloud. So before, scheduled for surgery, 1 week after. So it's life-changing what we can do for others. So the surgeon said, I'm not canceling the surgery until I see this person. And when he saw it, he said, wait a minute. He goes, we're taught in medical school that once these balloon out like that, they won't go back. And he said, I want one for my family, and I want one for my my practice. So another success story.
All right. I'm trying to see if Tom is here, but I don't see him. He has had some toes, I think even half a foot amputated because of circulatory problems as well. And, at some point, part of his foot looked like that. That's why he had ended up having the surgery. Okay, so let's go to this view. And we have a few questions. Please put the questions in the chat. We have about 15 minutes we can use for that. So let's take the first one here. Where is this device available? I put the website and her email in the description. Do doctors and hospitals know about it? Tell us a little bit about this, because up in Europe, there are some countries where they have this available in ambulances and hospitals. I don't know of any place in the United States where we have this available, except multiple doctors' offices, but in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. It's random here in the U.S. So once you find out about it, then you do have chiropractors and different medical doctors, even dental offices that will have them, because it is profound recovery for them. We have neurologists that refer people to us and say, hey, after surgery, I want you to go see so-and-so, and they're going to get you into a speedy recovery. So not per se, I can send you to specifically someone. What the best thing is for us to take responsibility for our own health and be able to have these at home. It's worth every penny.
Okay. So Jiffy 388 Strange Animal asks, can you use it if you have a pacemaker or a defibrillator implant?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No.
Okay.
And I also, anyone who decides that they want to purchase this, I come with you. I come with it. So I'm your go-to person. I'm phone call. I'm right with you. I orient you. I help you. Yes.
And you have a place. You still have the place in Altamont?
So I opened up a center here in Altamont Springs, but we closed it in 2020
The pandemic, huh?
Pandemic. Yep. And I went mobile, so I can come see you.
All right.
Yep. Also,
Chris,
oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I did want to mention when on the website, when you go on, you're going to see that we also help pets. People have their fur babies. They love their fur babies and horses. So this helps, as it restores us, it restores our pets. And when you have it at home, you'll see them. They will jump on as soon as you put it on. They know what's good for them.
By the way, you mentioned 5 modes, and one of them was the one that you recommend in the morning.
Mhm.
And I would say this is my grounding. I don't go walking barefooted on the outside frequently. Sometimes I do, but rarely. My grounding is done at home,
Mhm.
and this particular model, the synchronized mode, you said, I think that's
Mhm.
grounding us with the electromagnetic frequencies. How does this, Chris? Hello. How does this differ from a TENS unit, or is it similar to an MRI? So, what are the differences?
Thank you. Those are good questions. So the TENS unit is an electrical stimulation to the muscle. And so that's very, very different from what PEMA is. Also, it is not related to an MRI. It is a specialized frequency that goes through the Tesla coils. There's Tesla coils in here, and very specialized programming that Dr. Wolf-Kafka created to be able to speak to our cells and our organ systems specifically. So it is a specialized frequency that internally is activating our cells, our molecules, our blood flow, allowing those cells to separate and work profoundly to allow that regeneration to happen.
All right. So, definitely a different technology than TENS and MRIs or simple magnets. Definitely not the same. Okay. G388 Strange Animals asking, can you use it? Oh, we already answered this. Sorry.
And if you want to mention something, we always, because each pacemaker, defibrillator, and situation, right, with each individual, it's very important. There's most, you carry a card, and there's a phone number on there. So if you decide to purchase one of these, I can give you some pointers, but you would want to call them, right? This is our recommendation because we need to do. And you would just let them know, hey, I'm going to be using this pulse electromagnetic frequency, which simulates the electromagnetic frequency of the earth. It's very low, very gentle, and very safe. But in order, as medical people, you always say, hey, call that number, let them know, and you should be good. But everybody's very different, right? But we're good.
So just in case, I'm posting the website again in the chat. I'm going to answer this question about the why this happened. Unfortunately, some people are watching this on a vertical format and sometimes on a horizontal format, depending if they're using their phone or so. Some people were not able to see the pictures that you were showing. They were out of frame. But uh, do you want to show the one with the leg and the
Sure.
circulation? Just put it right in front of you. If you look at your on you, I think you see in the vertical view on your left side of your screen, Nareda.
Mhm.
So that's the picture, the before and after. Very bad circulation and healthy looking leg. I don't know how good it was, but it's remarkable difference.
Mhm. 1 week
Uh,
after.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. If you have any more questions, please put them in the chat. Um, and you can also email her. I did post the email earlier in the chat. You want to just give your email while I find it and copy it and paste it.
Sure. My email is wellness solutions, 2 words put together and an S at the end, and then 4 1 1 1 1 at gmail.com. So once
Uh,
again, wellness solutions 1111 at gmail.com.
so I just put that in the chat. Wellness Solutions 1111 at gmail.com. And her name, you see it on the screen, is Nareda Voorhees.
Voorhees. Mm,
Okay.
yes.
We're not going to make any references to Friday the 13th.
No.
Uh, if you know, you know.
Yeah. We get
All
that.
right. So, any last words
Yes.
before we close this?
Yes, I am only an email, text, phone call away. My heart is to help you. I just want you to know I'm here. And I'm so grateful for today and being able to speak to this amazing community. Um, we will be doing a part 2 and a part 3. This company has innovative products, and there is an amazing regenerative, how do I say, it's more of a doctor's office type of device that's launching soon, and want to be able to share that with you as well. But for us daily and in our homes, the cloud set is what we need, plus the bubble is amazing. Just carrying all of that goodness with us.
All righty. So, I had a bunch of questions I never got to, but let me see if I find one that you didn't cover. Um, I did have I think you covered some of this, but is PEMA essentially exercise for the cell? How
Ab-
does how does it stimulate the cellular movement?
Okay, so the frequency goes through the body, activating the mitochondria of the cell, activating the those processes, which then go into a cascading effect. Think about how, like a domino, when you do a domino line, there's a cascading effect throughout the entire body. The body recognizes this energy and frequency that speaks to each organ system and begins that profound healing. The body does the healing when you give it what it needs. And so that's what this does.
Okay. Trying to see if I
As
can
well,
find it quickly enough. Anyways,
blood
and
flow
it
as well, the blood flow. So the blood flow, we want to have active blood flow instead of when we're stressed and we're dealing with, let's say the smart TVs, the computers, our phones. One of the things I did on my in my center, we would do educational courses for the community, and we all know that these phones it's pure radiation right to the body. So please, keep them away from your body. Don't carry them in your pockets. The guys are getting all types of issues. I'm allowed to say here, right? All kinds of illnesses, inflammation, cancers are developing because of the cell phones. There's got to be a way to mitigate and stop the madness, right? And that's where these devices come in. Whoops, to be able to do that. So it says in the tiny writing not to put them, right next to our head, but that's what we end up doing. It's best to have a wired piece and not the Bluetooth. Why? Because the Bluetooth is radiation to the brain. What's happening to our kids? Did you know in the schools they took away the books, right? And now they have iPads. So I would teach on so much of the damage that's happening out there. So please, that's just a little tip. And we know that microwaves, please don't use a microwave. I just hope this community is not using microwaves, right? What is it doing? It's radiating your food. It's turning it into a carcinogen. And then we are eating and drinking these things, which are breaking us down. So those are my golden nuggets on just those two little things, which they're pretty.
Righty. Well, thank you for being here, Nereida.
You're welcome.
And if you're interested in getting in contact with her, I put the website and the email. I did not put the phone number. I figure if they want to get in touch with you, the email is a direct way to do that. And then you can give your phone number later for those that do contact you.
Sounds good.
So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, we normally have mostly carnivore curious people on this channel, and it's a good way to lower inflammation in general.
Mm-hmm.
Autoimmune diseases, reversing diabetes. Diabetes is probably the top chronic disease that's killing people because everything is caused by diabetes: strokes, heart attacks, leaky gut, too many things to mention.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're on an anti-inflammatory diet, like a carnivore diet, and many of us are doing, by the way, a lion diet this month, which is the extreme, I would say, of anti-inflammatory and elimination diets, then you can then recharge your mitochondria with something like this, right?
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
we have a Zoom call in the community at 5:30. I will not be there. I have a conflicting activity, but Alia will be with you, and be there at 5:30. Okay. I don't know if Dr. Kiltz will be in the Zoom call tonight. I don't think so because he was recording a podcast. So thank you for being here. Share, like, comment, share this link with other people that you would like them to know about this technology. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our morning live stream. Okay. Have a good day and eat meat.